Hello everyone, Guten Morgen. This is Brenda at Blaster Works, and it is Sunday morning, and so I am going to dive right into trash talk. No flea market today. My friend is concerned about the brakes on her car, so I think she's going to go get that checked out instead, which is fine with me because it gives me a day to do my art, and especially because See Gather Create starts today too. So yeah, so we got to jump on that one. Okay, so we are technically in February, or this last week, even though it was mostly January, it is considered week 1 of February, but I'm going to say it is week 5 of January. So this is our little January journal so far. We did try, right, these are the last of our snacks for the snack box. And I still haven't received February box, but I did get an email saying it is on the way. So I'm pretty sure it'll arrive probably around Tuesday or Wednesday, which will give me enough time to try a couple snacks before next Sunday. I don't know the country it's coming from, or not the country. I don't know what country it's representing for next month. I think it might be Taiwan, because all month of January they were trying to upgrade, like have me add more snacks to my box, and they were all from Taiwan. So that's my guess, and that is why they hold the box hostage until the last day of January, so that in hopes that you will add more snacks to your box. But I didn't. Okay, just letting you know the way this whole box thing is working out so far. All right, so this was supposed to be like a grapefruit jelly candy. I don't like grapefruit, so I gave it to hubby, but I did try one, and it didn't taste like grapefruit. It tasted good. It was like a juicy berry or something. He liked it, and I liked it too. I could have eaten more of these, but I just let him have it because I knew he liked it. So this one I'd say was like a 9 out of 10. Will there ever be a 10 out of 10? I'm not sure, but this one was very close. 9 out of 10. This one, to be honest, we took it out of the bag, and it was just top ramen with a spice packet, like regular top ramen. The noodles were a little bit thinner. The top ramen, usually it's about like, the noodles are like this thick, the little square, and it was a little bit thinner. And I told him, you know what, why don't you make soup out of it later, or whatever. we're not going to eat it raw like they want you to. So I cannot rank this one. I just didn't think it was going to be good. And then it had this warning up here about cancer and whatever, which none of the other candies did. So, and I know California, we put this on everything, but still, that it was right there in front of me. I was like, well, it's okay. Plus, I don't eat top ramen because the spice packets are very high in sodium. So, and even if you only use half of it, so this was a pass. So we can't rank it. We didn't need it, but I'm going to still put it in here, and then I'll write on the journaling about our thing here. But I did try. This is something I wanted to try. This came up advertising in like my Instagram or Facebook. You know how they have the little ads that pop up every once in a while. So I've always wanted to try this, and I found it at was it Whole Foods or Lazy Acres? Probably Lazy Acres. So I was able to try it. I got this one, and I got the chocolate, which was kind of like an Oreo, flavor-wise, very good. It is half the sugar than regular Oreos or vanilla Oreos, as far as total grams of sugar. All right, so it's half. So that's pretty good. Price-wise, of course, it's going to be more expensive for less. But if you're just eating a couple cookies here and there, it's worth it. To me, I feel like if you eat healthier, you pay a little bit more for the food, you pay less on doctor bills, right? That's the way I look at it. Going to the doctor is way more expensive than buying healthy food. So yeah, the only thing I didn't like about these is the, it has a good crunch when you bite into it, but afterwards, after you've chewed it up and swallowed it, you still have soft remnants of it stuck to your teeth. That kind of annoys me, because then you got to clean out your teeth with your tongue and all that kind of, just to get the rest of it out of there. So that is the only thing that bothered me. Other than that, I will probably maybe get it again if I don't find anything else that can take its place for, for a cookie. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know and I'll try it. Then, of course, I did have my other flavor of chocolate. This one was salty dark chocolate. I probably won't use this wrapper because I've already used it, but I might just use this part for something. I don't know yet, but I have to clean it out, and then I might just use that part instead. I don't know, because this is a pretty good piece, but yeah, but I already used it, so you know how I am about my trash. I like to recycle trash, but not in my journal. So that is trash for the week. Also, I got my tag. Michelle and I have been switching this tag back and forth for about 6-7 months now, and we finally finished it. It started off like Michelle sent me this paper background. It was one of her, I think, when you do the citrusol or whatever on the National Geographic magazines. I think it was one of those, and then I just added this to the back to make it harder, and then sent it back, and then she did something, sent it back, that. So we went back and forth for a while, and then this is the completed tag. And so this will not go into my trash journal. I have a separate journal for stuff that Michelle, who's my Rust buddy, that we do sometimes, and I'll put it in there. But I probably will put her note in here just to remind me that that I got this in this last week, or maybe her envelope. Yeah, because look at her envelope; it's pretty cool, huh? Nice and grungy. So yeah, maybe the envelope and the note. Who knows? All right, but this will go into my journal. And then what else? Oh, and then I have this, just a little tag that came off of, I got another pastry at Sprouts. They did not have the chips that I showed you guys last time. They did not have it there, so I'll have to go back to Lazy Acres to get it. But this was like a lemon pastry. So the box was the same as the other box that I used, so I'm not going to use that again. I just took the little sticker off, and I'll just stick that in there. What else? I think that's it. I'm just going to start working on my trash here. Again, I did not write down notes. Remember last time I said I was going to write down notes about what I wanted to talk about, and I forgot to, of course. I did have a machine go down again at work. It is what we call a coater. All right, so it coats. You guys saw it if you watched my little New Year's video. It is the machine that I bypassed, and I told you guys I bypassed that machine because I didn't need it for the lenses that we were running together. But yeah, so that machine went down. It is still broke, and that's almost one of the main machines I need for the surface side of the lab. And so I am working with our diagnostics center and trying to get it fixed. So I email them. They email me some stuff to try. I try it. I email back. They wanted to call me, so I gave them my cell phone number and the time that I will be at work on Friday. Friday was I was waiting for them to call, and they never called. So I left them another email and said, well, I'll be back on Monday, such and such time. Here's my cell phone number again. Call me at that time. They called me yesterday while I was here at home. I didn't answer. I didn't see that they had called. Otherwise, I still would have answered, but I didn't see it. So, but they left a message. And I'm like, okay, so you guys are not reading my emails. I clearly said what time I would be in. Oh, this is good for writing on. So maybe this time, I'm just trying to see size-wise. Maybe this time I will not cover all of it up. That's going to peek out a lot, so I'm going to trim that off because I don't want to peek out so much. It's getting further and further this way. Should I just cut this part off? No, because then I'll cut too much off of that. I like this natural fold though, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off over here. I'll go by this. Okay. But yeah, so that's what's going on at work. Oh, and then my youngest daughter, who I call Mini-Me, she is coming to visit at the end of February, which is cool because I haven't seen her since 2019. Yeah, I saw her in 2019. We had a little family reunion in San Jose for my mom's birthday. And then, of course, 2020 happened, and then my mini-me lost her job somewhere in the middle of all of that due to a sickness, and but she's better now. She's under control with her chronic illness, and then so her job that she has now, her dream job, is sending her down here for a convention in Pasadena at the end of the month. So she's going to work the convention and then come here Sunday evening and then stay with us for a few days before heading back home. So I'm excited about that. Other news, let's see. Well, here, it's going to be a nice day today. We are getting more rain this week, middle of the week. So I will be riding my bike tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm going to try to ride my bike those 2 days because I won't be able to ride it Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday because of the rain. And Fridays I usually don't anyway. So yeah, okay, so this looks like I'm going to have to probably trim that too, unless I just scooch it over a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so, oh, if you guys saw our prompt for the Scrappy 8 challenge, the prompt is inspired by a book or book series. So I have my book picked out. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. And I did pick a color. I started the video, but you won't see that until I post the video. But the color was, what was it, blue? Blue, yeah. So I have to use blue. That is not the color I was hoping for, to be honest, because I had already had the book and kind of a picture in my head of what I would do and the color I was praying for, but it didn't work out. So now I got to rethink it. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Yeah, because I don't have to do anything to these. That's good. So this is the only decoration, but I kind of want to keep this. Ooh, dang, I should have thought about that. I could have, not this side, but this side. I could have kept that side longer and used it to cover up my journaling. You know what I'm saying? But, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put this on here. That could be part of the covering. I mean, no one's going to read my journaling anyway. I'm not worried. I'm not going to write any deep, dark secrets in there that I don't want anyone to read. It's just going to be everything that I've kind of basically tell you guys. So I'm not really that concerned. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, that's dirty. Dang, now I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking to you guys about. Piece of chocolate. I was talking about my daughter coming to visit, I think, right? Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Oh, and then when I want to take PTO from work, which I can, we have to, because we don't have a lot of lab people anymore floating around in the region like we used to. So now if I want to take PTO, the whole lab, my lab goes dark if I'm on PTO more than 3 days in a row. All right, so then, and I don't have anyone to work those days, which I don't, because my 2 guys are part-timers. They're not full-timers. So yeah, so the lab is going to be dark. There's not going to be anyone in there. Juan will, he will come and work in the evening still, just to check in like special orders and run anything like that. But as far as running in-house lab, we won't be there to do that. You know, I'm going to cut, since that's already kind of ripped, I'm just going to cut that off. This is just going to be like to help cover up my journal spot. So what else did I want to talk about? Anything else? Besides that, I'm just kind of excited about Mini-Me. She's also a creative. So we probably will just hang out, and we'll just probably, hopefully I can, I mean, it won't be on a Sunday for trash talk, but I'll try to get some video of her, or maybe we'll make something together, and I'll share it with you guys on the next trash talk after she leaves. Yeah, I'm not, I mean, I guess I could tell you who she works for, because it is her dream job. I mean, she has been into Pokemon all her life, like since she was little. You know, when Pokemon first came out, all that, she had the cards, she had everything. You know, all that. She got in trouble at school because she would doodle on her. She would take her tests. She'd be done. I mean, she had good grades, but she got in trouble for doodling on the margins of her papers, you know, which I just thought was crazy. I mean, what's wrong with that, right? She's doodling, and then for daydreaming, I guess. I guess that could be a problem if you if you're sitting there daydreaming and you're supposed to be paying attention. But yeah, but now she works for a Pokemon company. I believe she is an editor for them, so that's cool. Let's see. What else am I doing? Okay, so this I decided I'm just going to use to cover up this side. Should I do something back here, though, or just leave it white? I got food bouncing all over the place. I think I'll just leave it white. Just leave it as a border. I know, why does white bother us so much? I don't know. I don't know why it does. We're always trying to cover it up, but since this is trash journal, it doesn't really matter. Oh, you know what I could have done? Let's just use this as a full, and then, no, I'll just stick to what you started already, Brenda. Don't start in. Oh, you know what? I can put it this way, and that'll just cover up everything. Okay, there we go. I will put it this way and cover up the whole thing. So I'll cut. Let's see. Let's just cut here. Okay. And I know I'm probably cutting a little short, ain't I? No. All right. I gotta make sure I cut it straight though. All right. Hubby is going through something. I mean, he has surgery scheduled soon, and I mean soon. And they're giving him grief about his insurance. I mean, this was scheduled since last year. Granted, I think his insurance may have changed somehow from last year. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah. So he's got to go. He's running. I mean, not running, jumping through hoops right now, because he can't get his blood work done for pre-op until they clarify his insurance, and then his insurance didn't send him a new insurance card, so he's waiting on that in the mail. So he can't go get that until he gets the insurance card. It's just a mess right now. And like I said, his surgery, I mean, I already scheduled myself off. You know, everything is already done on our end. It's just that end. And then his primary care physician's office said, well, you have to have them send us the authorization form so we can fill it out, and blah, 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 and all this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, poor guy. Oh, poor guy. I am just, and then I'm at work all the time. So a lot of times he has a hard time hearing. And then also they talk so fast. You know, he has a hard time comprehending like what they're saying sometimes, because they talk so fast and they expect you to know what they're saying. And, you know, and I just feel bad. I wish I was here to take these calls, or to take notes, you know, just to help him out. So I'm going to try to do that. I mean, I did talk to one lady, and she's like, well, and she called me while I was riding my bike home the other day from work. And I said, well, I'm on my bike. I said, and so I pulled over to the curb. I'm like, but I can answer any questions you have, because I was trying to take care of it, you know, for him. And she's like, well, I can't talk to you unless I get his permission. So he has to be there and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, goodness. But she said she would give me time to get home before she called back. So that was nice. So we did work that part out, but then it was after that that the whole insurance thing came up. That was his like pre-op call, like to make sure he's all set, let him know what he has to do, that kind of stuff. So that was taken care of. But then after that call is when they're like, well, we don't take your insurance and blah blah blah. And so it was like, oh my god. So he has a lot that he has to do tomorrow, and I work tomorrow. Mondays are days that I have to be there because we have all these jobs from being closed on Sunday and the weekend that I have to go through and make sure everything's on the up and up on those. Anyway, enough of my problems. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing all right. Not having any grief. I know a couple of you are sick. Lisa, I hope you're feeling better by today. Sucks to get like a flu and stuff. I haven't had one in a while, knock on wood. But I just know I used to hate that. I did get COVID a while back, back after, like in 2021, I think it was. It wasn't that bad. My version of the COVID wasn't that bad. I think I was down one day, where I felt kind of feverish or whatever. But I do remember one time I had the flu years ago, years, and that was the last time before the COVID. Where'd that little piece of tape go? I don't know. Where I could not even walk, and I had a lab tech at the time was coming over to drop off some like juice, and it's so, I swear, through Lens Crackers I have met a lot of good people. I've always had a good, sorry if my head's in the way, but I gotta see what I'm doing here. I've always had a good team, you know what I mean? A good lab team. And so he was coming over to drop off some stuff for me because they all knew I was sick. There I go with that bubble again. What am I doing that I keep getting that kind of, oh, I'm not even going to worry about it. Isn't that nice though? Come over to your house and drop off orange juice and medicine, everything. I think they were just trying to get me better so I could come back to work. But I had to crawl to the door to answer it. That's how bad it was. And fortunately, I have not felt that sick until COVID, and then it was just for one day. So, and I tell people, I think working in the lab, the reason I do like working in the lab is I don't have to deal with customers. Because if you have to deal with customers, your chances of getting sick are higher. You know what I mean? But in the lab, we're just by ourselves, and we use isopropanol back there. It's like 99% alcohol. Not like your store brand isopropanol or alcohol, rubbing alcohol. So we use that. I mean, our hands get dry because of it. But to me, I feel like it kills all the germs too. So sometimes I'll just like clean my hands with it. Just anytime I go to the bathroom or anything like that and come back in, I just clean my hands with it. Okay, back to this. All right, so I have a journal spot. I'm going to write here. I have my Catalina Crunch. Okay, so now I'm going to cover up over here. This part, which is going to come across here like that. Oh yeah, you know what I need to do though? I need to make like a pocket or something because I need to tuck in my little note from Michelle. Oh yeah, I have the envelope too. But the thing about the envelope is I like both sides. Oh, I could have opened it. Now I think of these things. Okay, hold on. Plus I still have this, which I was thinking of putting, you know what? I hear you guys, you're like saying journal on the envelope, right? I can journal on the inside, open this up, journal on the inside of that, and just create like a pocket or something here, right? Or even bigger. I can create a pocket by taping that down. This, oops. slide stuff in there, or I could, let's see, oh, bear with me people, I could use this as decoration in the background, decoration, pocket, right? You feel me? Right? Yes, okay, so I like that idea. Kind of wish I didn't trim it though, because it would have been a little bit longer. Would have been better. But in hindsight, all right, so let me cut this out. I just need the cover. I call it a cover, but you know what I mean. I just need the front side decoration. Yeah. And you see how I opened it for hubby this time? Because last time he just tore into it. Although that'll cut that part off, but that's okay. Yeah, because I just need the little kitty cat is my main prerogative here. All right. Anyway, so yeah, work, stress, home, stress, art, release. You guys do that too? Just release through your art. It's all you can do. I was talking about Seek, Gather, Create. I was talking about Scrappy 8 too, right? But I told you guys I wasn't going to tell you what my book was. That's right. I told you guys about that. But today is Seek, Gather, Create, so I'm waiting. I checked already, and I didn't see the clues yet, or the prompts that we have to gather. What am I doing this in here? Jeez. All right, so this is going to be like that. And I'm going to tuck stuff in. I'm going to keep all this together. I have to fold this like that. That'll be my journaling card. That'll be there. So I just need to decorate this. Which, let's see, I could even glue that part. Can I use that for something though? What do you think? Should I keep that open and use this as a pocket? No, because I still have this, but this could go on here like that, because I'm not really concerned about that. What do you think? Is that better than this as a tuck? I think so, huh? And then I just stuff everything back in there. It's just that this is all white. Unless I use this for decoration, just in the background. I think I'll do that. See how it changes all the time? Oh, okay. All right, so as you see, I have to do a voiceover because my microphone stopped working. Fortunately, this was right before the time that I was going to speed this up, because at this point I had already realized I was going over 30 minutes. And so when I start shading in the edges is when I told you guys I was going to stop talking and just fast forward from there. So it's just a few minutes before, and all I was talking about here was trying not to have the paper on the seams, where it bends, because it wouldn't fit right. So that's why I had to cut it like this. But yeah, so luckily the mic lasted that long, and then just I had to voice over the recap. But here is where I had already stopped talking and was going to fast forward. So, wow. But anyway, so you didn't miss any. I didn't say anything important. I usually don't anyway, right? All right, so I'm going to stop talking now and just wait until we get to the end, okay? But I'm just adding in the back decoration and then the pockets, and then the envelope that I'm using as my journal card. All right, so just be back here in a second. On a side note, look how fast I am with this tape now. Isn't it impressive? Ta-da! All right, we are done with the January Trash Talk journal and week 5. So all I need to do now is add the number to the top corner. I'll put it up there. Yeah, right there. And then that'll be done. And then I'm going to bind it all together. Originally, I was going to use staples, but this is way too thick to use staples. So then I was thinking of course, I'll do the pamphlet stitch binding. I was thinking of increasing the spine on this journal here. But since I've made this video and since this voiceover, while I was charging up my mic, I already did the January binder or journal all over again. So I just used a paper bag, a grocery bag, for the cover, and then I took that January cover there and cut it in half and used it as the decoration on the front and back cover. So I'm already done. I just have to sew it in, which I'll do after I upload this video. I'll just sew it in and I'll share that with you guys on the next Trash Talk. So yeah, so it'll already be all done, and then going forward, that'll be the way I'll do all my monthly journals, is using a grocery bag and these little journal card thingies that came with the snack crate box. Okay, so that is it. Now I'm off to do Seek, Gather, Create and Scrappy 8. And I hope you guys have a great Sunday, creative Sunday. Don't mind what I'm talking about here on the video, because I've already explained to you guys what I've done. I've changed my mind since I've made this video again. So I'm just going to wish you guys a great week ahead, and nothing but good vibes and positivity coming from me. And just let you guys know that I love you all, and I'll see you all next week. Tschüss.